welcome to VHXS. I'm your host, Jake Salvage. This is Hell Yeah, he does not give a shit. It's October, and I figured for our inaugural episode, we'd deal with some spooky movies. So, you probably heard of Alien and also Predator, but I figured, we'd mix it up together and watch Alien Predators. Wait, okay, so not Alien versus Predator, I guess. I guess just Alien Predators? Now that I'm looking at IMDb, there's specifically a question about whether this movie has anything to do with either Alien or Predator, and the answer was simply, no. Not at all. So Skylab crashes to Earth and some space dudes look intently at it for 5 years. Cut to 5 years later when apparently the space astronauts turn into a bull. Then the bull turns into a squishy zombie bull? Then some dogs come and chew on it. One of the dogs plays hide the Luke and the Tauntaun and gets eaten all up in them guts. Along come a couple of American dudes and a chick that are driving around Spain in an RV and have a dune buggy. They hit one of the dogs and one of them goes to investigate.
Lovely. Whoa! Shit!
And gets splashed in zombie dog bull squishy guts.
Smuck.
The squishiness messes up their RV and they pull over for the night. In the morning, they meet a super awkward family that's camping next to them.
This fortunately picked up a case of curse of Calcutta.
It's called diarrhea, Bill.
Yes, darling. Please tell her to call me Daddy.
Baby.
And later on, they basically realize it's a ghost town.
This town is nuts.
An alien ghost town. Woo! Also, there's a NASA scientist that gets called into the same city by some beardly guy. They meet in a restaurant where the camping American kids are going, and go back to a hotel where there's... yikes. Wait, don't! Oh, God! Oh, gross. Extra gross. He looks dead. Maybe it's best if you don't... You're slicing right in there, aren't you? Oh, great. Awesome. Beardly man gets mega zit juice on him. And the two convene to the castle from the beginning, which turns out to be a NASA castle. A nassle. Nestle. Anywho, the scientist and Beardly get all up ins, and Beardly's like, hey, guess what? I know I'm infected, right? Well, I'm gonna shoot myself, and then he shoots himself then. The doctor hightails it out of there because fuck that noise. Honestly, this movie falls apart right here. There's some stupid subplot that's supposed to be about the two guys fighting over who gets to bang the girl, and the girl being upset that she's basically being eyed up as banging material.
You can joke around all you want, but don't treat me like that!
It would be kind of progressive if she doesn't eventually give in and pick one of the guys to bang. Put it back in your pants, you have face-bursting aliens in your goddamn bodies. Although there is a cool scene here where the girl gets chased down by a spooky dude in a creepy mask, but creepy mask man gets killed by a dusty old gas truck, which comes back a bunch of times but isn't that scary. And no one else wears spooky masks. Not even once. I assume this guy was like, well, I'm gonna turn into an alien, so might as well do it 100%, right? Where's my sex mask?
This fortunately picked up a case of curse of Calcutta.
Eventually, NASA doctor kidnaps a girl while she's tooling around town for some fucking reason, and gets the dudes to show up and explains to them that they're all gonna turn into alien monsters unless they help him create a serum, and also the town's only exit is being blocked by alien people and a literal wall of fire. Main American kid hero guy goes to get the space canister that the doctor totally could have gotten instead of staring at Beardly while he shot himself, and sets off a self-destruct which blows Nassel up real good. He then has to outrun what is assumedly one of the alien townfolk on his way back to the RV to give the space canister to the doctor, and goddamn do they play up that he's the #1 Hollywood driver.
He's Hollywood's #1 driver.
Okay, let's see if Hollywood's #1 driver can't lose one lousy Fiat.
Why he happens to be Hollywood's #1 driver?
He Hollywood drives the shit out of the car pursuing him, and gets back to the rest of the gang. The doctor creates a serum, but then has to sacrifice himself. They bust through the flame block bridge and escape before stock footage F-15s blow the city sky high. As a last fuck you, in the last 10 minutes of the movie, they stop by a gas station, presumably safe from the alien threat. But then the gas station attendant face explodes a gushy flesh spider onto the hood of the RV. And that's the fucking alien predator. It's what everyone's been running from. And they just windshield wipe it off the RV and drive over it. The obligatory final horror movie twist is that the spiky-haired kid is totally infected with space face explosion syndrome again.
It's all over now. I'll say.
Ooh, sequel! There's no sequel. And that was Alien Predators, a bunch of sweet practical effects wasted on a far too ambitious and ultimately boring movie. They should have had the mask guy be like the infected leader, and then he infects people by having the fleshy spider pop out of his face after he took the mask off, and when the spider's done doing his business, he pops back in the face hole and back on goes the mask. That would have been killer. Also, I think Resident Evil 4 got a lot of its ideas from this shit pile. Bugs popping out of faces, rampaging trucks, Spain,
You are a long way from home, cowboy.
research labs and castles. The evidence is really stacking up, Capcom. Give me a new Mega Man and I won't tell anyone. So that was Alien Predators. Make sure you lock your doors at night so you don't turn into a crazy sex mask wearing face bursting alien motherfucker. If you like the episode, go to facebook.com/JakeSalvage. That's where I sell all my cool stuff, buy, sell, and trade. Also, check out peanutbutterdisaster.com, obviously. There's a bunch of good reviewers on there. Thanks for watching, and come back next time. We'll have another spooky movie for you. Still doesn't give a shit.
Peanut butter disaster.